Okay, y'all, here's the cornrow cap. It has two combs in it, one in the back and one at the top right here. I'm going to reuse this cap. Actually, this cap has been worn several times for different hair styles with different weaves sewn onto it. I'm just going to show you how I make a wig out of it. This is my first time making a wig with this particular cap. I'm going to take the front comb out because I'm going to have the closure piece right there. And then I will reattach it once I put the closure on, and I'll show you how I do that too. I'll try to make this video really detailed, but this is the cap. It's nice, it's airy, they are reusable. I think it's a good investment. I think this was like $9.99 in my local beauty supply store. So I'm gonna start sewing on it and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, this is the hair that I'm going to be using from Boss Extend. They have really affordable hair. I have the 14, 16, and 18 inch with a 12 inch closure. This is the 18 inch. And it comes in like the natural color, I guess, like a 2. So this is the hair that I'll be using. And I'm going to start off with the closure. Okay, y'all, so I have the closure in place with the T-pins on where I want it placed on this cap. And so what I'm going to do is just sew around the perimeter. And this is what the closure base looks like. I didn't do anything to the knots, but if you want to bleach the knots, you're more than welcome to do so. So I'm going to just sew it around on the perimeter, and I'll just show you how I do it. Okay, now that we have the closure sewn down, I'm going to start at the nape of the cap. This is where the back end of the clip is. And I'm going to sew it maybe every other braid. I'll just see how I feel for the hair, and depending on, this is my first time using this hair, so I don't know how thick the tracks are, how far they'll stretch, so I'm going to play around with it a little bit. So if you see me doing different things on this, just bear with me. Another good thing about this cap, like I know a lot of people tend to like full of hair and they'll get like 4 and 5 bundles for one head. This has enough braids, like if you didn't want to sew in between the braids on the netted part, where you can actually do that and it will still look fine and it will still lay flat. So that's a good thing about this cap as well. So I'm about to start sewing down, and I'm going to start with the 18 inch at the nape, and then I'm just going to play it by ear how I do it. If I double, well, I'm going to start off doubling the tracks, and then I may do single tracks at the top. I don't know yet. So I'm just going to start off with that, and then we'll go from there. So y'all, I'm going to use the last of the 18-inch bundle going up the side, right up here. And then I'm going to actually cut it so I can do it up the other side. So the front will all have that length of 18-inch. Usually I don't cut the tracks, but the way I sewed it in on here, I'm going to have to cut it just so it'll be even on both sides for the length, because the client that I'm making it for, she wants to keep it long. She does not want to cut the hair. And so just to give it kind of a uniform look, I'm going to have the 18-inch on both sides. And in order for me to do that right now, I'm just going to cut this track. And this will be the only time I cut the track after I sew it up to here. And then I'll take the remaining piece of the hair, because I have enough to do the other side, and I'll just sew it up the other side, and then I'll still be going in a C shape after that. But this is the only time that I'm going to actually take the track all the way up. Okay, you guys, we're at the very, very top, the last part of it. I have enough track left on this bundle to do a half a row of braids. And for the remaining process, I'm not going to skip braids anymore, because I want it to be a little bit fuller at the top. So I'm just going to braid on every single braid. It's only 6 braids left. That way to give it the volume that she's wanting. And I can use all the hair, so it won't be bulky looking. So I'm just going to do row by row. So I will come back at the end. Actually, I'm going to skip it up on this braid right here. And then the last 4 braids, I'm just going to do row by row. I'm not going to skip. That way to give me the desired look that I'm going for. Alright, so I will come back when it's all done and show you the finished product. Okay, y'all, here's the wig. It came out so cute. Of course, we got styling and everything, but I just wanted to show y'all what it looked like. I'm about to sew the clip I need to cut the cap where the closure is, and then I'll sew the clip down, and I'll show you guys how I do that. But I used all 3 bundles. I only have like these little pieces left that I didn't use at the very, very top. But here's the back of the hair. It's pretty full. And this is 18 inches as far as the length is concerned. The longest piece is 18 inches. Let me pull it up so you can see. That's what it looks like. So this next clip, I will be showing you how I sew the comb down at the top, and I'll part it some kind of way and lay it down so you can see how it looks.